Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting about in the women's featherweight division between Felicia Spencer versus Norma Dumont. And firstly, I'm going to say this might come as a little bit of surprise to some, to maybe to all, well definitely not all, maybe most, maybe none, well maybe not most, maybe some, but I'm leaning towards Dumont in this one. I'm picking Dumont in this one. Not saying Dumont. It's Dumont, not Dumont. Dumont. Norma Dumont. But yeah, I'm leaning to Dumont in this one. And I'm going to say why. So, I feel like Dumont is the more well-rounded fighter. It's not a if or what. She is the more well-rounded fighter. I feel like Felicia Spencer, after losing to both Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg, that she should be trying to round out her skill set. But a lot of times people lose and they can look back and, even before the Amanda Nunes fight, losing to Cyborg, maybe like, oh, my striking isn't all, really, I'm a walking punching bag with a grappling. Maybe I should work on my striking and then I'll be even more of a dangerous fighter. But she went again and fought another solid fighter in Nunes and again came in with really no striking. Yeah, she can take a lot of punches, and she for the two best women fighters, mixed martial arts fighters, MMA fighters of all time. And those are only two losses. But again, it wasn't like they were competitive. She was just a walking punching bag. And it could look good on your resume. I fought these two women. I went to decision with them. Yes, clap, but you lost. And on top of that, you did not put up a good fight. You showed good heart, but you were a walking puncher. So you got amazing shin. And then you can look at her other fight. She submitted Meg Anderson. And you do MMA math. Meg Anderson beat Norma Dumont, knocked her out, stopped her, and she stopped Meg Anderson, but it was by submission. So it's not the same thing. Because Felicia Spencer come out there and knock out Norma Dumont on the feet, I don't see it happening. And you could go further than that and say maybe even that isn't the best case of anything. Even if she did that, but again, MMA math don't really add up. And then in the fights with Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg, had 0 takedowns. And as far as her other two fights, she only has 2 takedowns in all of her UFC career. And but I'm not even gonna get off on the map because all she needed was a takedown in each of those fights. She fought a fighter who literally has no grappling, and she fought Meg Anderson, whose submission defense isn't all the best. And when she was able to get to the ground, get a secure position, was able to tap her out relatively relatively quickly. But this one, Norma Dumont has even though I'm definitely gonna say Felicia Spencer is the better grappler from the broadest picks, like perspectives, because we haven't really seen either their grappling really hold, to the highest extent like these guys, women are world champions or whatnot, or to my knowledge. But I feel like the gap between their striking is bigger than the gap between their grappling. And Dumont showed some pretty solid takedown defense in her last fight. So I feel like Dumont on the feet can be able to stuff the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet, and land shots on Felicia Spencer. And not like Spencer has the most, she's some D1 wrestler or some wrestler chick or anything. Like her takedowns, she just are pretty sloppy. Could use a lot more polish on her takedowns. And I feel like on top of her takedown often not being the greatest, I feel like Dumont has a pretty good sprawl, pretty good front head chokes, so she could sprawl, attack from that position, and has a pretty credible grappling. So I feel like her grappling is credible enough. I feel like she's more well-rounded, can keep the fight on her feet. If it was like a 5-round fight, she could force her opponent to get tired more. There'd be another way there, but it's a 3-round fight. So I feel like she can keep the fight on her feet, be able to outwork Spencer for 3 rounds. And if she does go to the ground, I feel like she can hold herself there or work her way back to her feet, sprawl, or work her own grappling from that perspective. So I feel like she can grapple with Spencer, and it's not going to be a case of where Spencer for these women who either have 0 grappling at all or this poor grappling defense like Meg Anderson. So I feel like she can battle with her there. She can address the grappling, keep the fight on the feet for the most part. If it goes there, she can handle it, but on the feet, that's where I feel the real gap is going to be, and she'll land heavier shots. Even her last fight, she showed the ability to pace herself and not blow her wide. Pick her spots, let some bombs off, and then like pick her shots, unload the bombs at times, step off the gas at times, and be able to fight smart and win a 3-round decision. I think that's going to be the case in this one. Be able to stuff the takedowns, address the grappling, and pick her shots, pick her times, and just simply be the more rounded fighter in this one, and beat Felicia Spencer by decision. So in this one, I have Norma Dumont by decision.